All right, guys. So today we have our first injury report to take a look at. Keep in mind, instead of it being Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday processing, because this week we play on Thursday, it is a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday process. Wednesday process is the process right before the game, obviously, but at the same time, that's because it's a little crammed up, right? It's a short week. It's everything crammed together. So starting off right away, Trey Hendrickson, it did not participate in practice on Monday. He has a hyperextended knee. We talked about this yesterday, but pretty much what that means is that he is considered day-to-day at this moment in time. There was a chance that we thought he could be done for the season. Thankfully, that is not the case. If you guys did not see the play, pretty much all that happened was last week against the Texans, the very end of the game before the field goal, one of their guys fell. He just literally fell back into Trey Hendrickson and slammed his knee and caused him to get a hyperextended knee. The guy didn't do it on purpose, so I'm not saying there's any malicious intent there, but it definitely does suck. And again, we're not going to have him for this upcoming game, most likely. He's considered day-to-day right now by Coach Zach Taylor, so keep that in mind. He's not like it's going to be a long-term thing, but it's definitely one of those things where, hey, listen, if it takes us out of this upcoming game, this is going to be an absolutely horrendous injury. Plus, I don't want to see my boy hurt, right? Number 2, T. Higgins has a hamstring injury, did not participate in practice. We already know that the first 3 here, Trey Hendrickson, T, and Sam Hubbard, will probably not play on Thursday. They're still dealing with their injuries, and on a short week, you just can't expect them to go out there and try to make any attempt to play. It's just going to cause more problems, down the line. So this is going to be a very tough game to have those 3 guys not in our lineup. It is what it is at the end of the day, like, I say many times. Sam Hubbard, it's considered still week to week. We still have T. Higgins week to week, and we have Trey Hendrickson day to day. But with a short week, there's not much we can expect from those 3 to, in any way, get back to playing shape. Yoshi got hurt last game. He had a knee injury. He did not participate in practice on Monday. We'll have to kind of monitor that because he was limpy a lot in that game because of his injury. And knee injury, especially at the wide receiver position, that is the most detrimental. I mean, obviously, yes, you don't want to get your upper body, shoulder. Obviously, Chuck Sizzle broke his thumb. You don't want any of that to happen. But at the end of the day, one of the worst things to happen is your legs, because that is what you use the most as a wide receiver. You do cuts, you do slants, you work everything with your legs. So that's going to definitely be a detrimental injury. We're going to have to keep an eye on that, though. I think he should be fine, but again, short week, things happen. DJ Reader had a rest day, so that's good. That's like the most positive thing we're talking about so far in this video. Cheeto was a limited participant in practice with a knee injury. Akeem Davis-Gaither is still, nursing that knee injury he's been having all season long. Josh's shoulder injury, it looks like he might play this upcoming week. He missed the last 2 contests with this shoulder injury, but he was a limited participant in practice on Monday. Chuck Sizzle was a full participant in practice on Monday with his thumb injury, still recovering from a broken thumb. And Cam Taylor-Britt, who had a quad injury last week, it now has a finger injury. But he was a full participant in practice, so he looks like he's ready to go. So, yeah. Again, like I say, Trey Hendrickson, Sam Hubbard, T. Higgins probably will not play this upcoming week. It's very possible that Yoshi does not play versus the Ravens. And other than that, I expect everyone else to be a good to go. Maybe not Josh, but everyone else is good to go for this upcoming game. So it's going to be a tough game on our side, but now let's talk about their side, because there's some really bad things going on their side too. Marlon Humphrey might not play in this upcoming game. Now, when we play in week 2, they didn't have Marlon Humphrey. And they might not have Marlon Humphrey for this game. He has a calf injury right now, and based on early reports, there is a chance he does not play. I'm not saying 100% he's not going to play. I'm saying there is a chance he does not play. Same thing with Ronnie Stanley. Stanley also has a knee injury, and on a short week coming off that Browns game, both these guys, suffered these injuries during those games. And based on early reports, they might not end up playing this upcoming game versus us on Thursday. But keep in mind, last time we played this team, the same concept happened. If we go back to, week 2, the game that we, way back in the day, it feels like at this point, they didn't have Marlon Humphreys in this game. He had he had foot surgery. They also did not have, yeah, right there. He had foot surgery. They didn't have Tyler Lindenbaum, their center. They didn't have Ronnie Stanhill, left tackle. They didn't have free safety Marcus Williams, and they still beat us. So it's like even without those exact guys that they might not have in this upcoming game, it doesn't change anything because even without those players, they still beat us without those players. So having those players, if anything, would be almost like a cheat code because it would be even better against us because of that. But again, it is something to take into consideration that they might not have those two guys, and those are two of their best players, right? It is a night game. Keep that in mind. Night games are a little bit different than day games. We lost to them in a day game in Paycor. This is going to be a night game. This is going to be, tensions go a little higher. Crazy things happen. Players really, show up and stand out in these type of games. And so far, we'll see how it works. Because Joe is 1-9 on, I think, Monday night games, I want to say. No, Sunday night games. One of those two. But Thursday night games he's actually pretty dang good at. So I guess we're kind of see how everything shakes out. But that is definitely something to monitor as those two guys the rest of the week. We will be talking about them the rest of the week. The next guy here is the right tackle, Morgan Moses. He had a shoulder injury, but it looks like he's a full participant in practice, so he should be ready to go. Trenton Simpson, it has a concussion, did not participate in practice. He is their backup middle linebacker. I think he was their third round pick in this last draft. So he did not participate in practice on Monday. We'll kind of keep an eye on him. Concussion protocol, it's never easy. You have to pass it before you can play. And with a short week, it's really hard to kind of get that done. But at the same time, though, if he can't play, they do have Tre'Davious Robinson in there. Obviously, they got Patrick Queen. Obviously, they got Roquan Smith. They got David Ajabu. And they also got Oweh. So they have a lot of good players there that, are going to rotate with that. And their defense is one of the best defenses in the league. And it's, you can't understate how good their defense truly is. And we're not going to. We're going to this game understanding that. And we're going to this game knowing that we are very limited on offense with our injuries. And it's not going to be an easy game. And if we win this game this week, this is going to be a Super Bowl win. It's funny because I know I said some of these wins this week. It's something throughout this year, but it is really true. I mean, you look at some of these games and you win these games, you go ahead and you beat, You go ahead and beat the 49ers. You beat the Bills. Well, no, the Bills lost last night to the Broncos. Didn't look like a Super Bowl team right there, but you win these games. These are statement games, right? And I talked about this early in the season. I'll keep continuing to say this. There's 5 statement games of the season. 49ers, Bills, then it's obviously the Ravens, then it's the Jags, and then it's the Browns, and then it's the Chiefs. There's 6 games total. I don't always say the Browns last week, but with how good their defense is, it really is a statement game. 6 statement games. So far, 1, 2. We won 2 of our 4 so far. We have 4 left. This is a statement game this week. And is it going to be difficult to win? Yes. Do I think we're going to win? Yes. I think we're going to win this week. I don't know why. I have this weird feeling like we're going to scrape by and do the bare minimum to get this win, and we're going to win this game. You can't ask me why or why I have so much confidence that we're going to win, but I just have this feeling in me like this is going to be a win this week. I understand they're a great team. I understand they're one of the best in the league, and I think last week's game versus the Browns really honestly did not tell the whole story. They had that game under control. They had that game won, and in the end, freak things happen and they lost. Right? So I'm not going to sit here and say that, they suck because no, they don't suck. The Browns are a great team and they played a great team. We played a great team. We lost to a great team. Anyway, so Kyle Van Noy will limited participant in practice. With a groin injury, he of course is the guy they picked up for I think Kyle Van Noy played for the Patriots, the Dolphins, I want to say the Lions. So yeah, he's a free agent they just picked up this year to replace. Who was they replace? I think they were replacing at the time Oweh, because Oweh had injuries throughout the season. I think they were replacing him. Hamstring injury for Daryl Worley and limited participant in process yet again. So tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, guys. Again, it's going to be a tough game. Well, let's be honest, it's not going to be easy. We're going to need to see some really great things from Myles Murphy. We did a player spotlight yesterday of him and looked at every single play he played last week. 27 total snaps, a career high, and he really did nothing. He did nothing at all. And it's really disappointing, but you know what? We're going to have to keep going and keep getting better at this point, right? Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.